Bro, Genshin players actually, they protected Nufi like there's no tomorrow. They were like, bro, never, ever, ever. It's not gonna happen. Muwalani came out, not even an Archon, not a regular freaking sailor or sheep. I really don't know her priority in the game. Literally, someone who's not well known in, I don't know, any aspect of Genshin Impact. You know what I'm saying? Power crept him. That's simple, bro. I have Mualani. You put Mualani, you put Xiangling, literally a 4-star. You power crep Nufi. Bro, at that time, it's like 3 a.m. here at my place, and I'm literally trying to get freaking Eula. And I just lost my 50-50. Now I have to continue playing the game. And they chilling at the beach, bro. They in fucking Hawaii. Oh my god, bro. This is
why
fucking
there's not
terrible.
unlimited stamina yet in a game that's been out for 5 years.
For 5 years, bro. 6. Make
You
it
can't tell
6,
me
bro.
one good reason
2025
as to why
is
there's not
finished. Make it
artifact
6
loadouts.
years, bro.
You can't tell me one good reason as to why the weapon banner isn't at least a 75-25.
Please.
Bro, I wouldn't be shook. I'm telling you, on everything. I wouldn't be shook if we literally go to Hoyoverse, the company, the actual company, just to find out that miners are in charge of the company. I would not be shook, bro. I wouldn't. I promise you.
While both of your other Hoyoverse games have a
That's right, bro.
75-25 on their weapon banner. Speaking of Mawika, she is one of the main examples of my issues with the most recent Genshin Impact characters. Not only is she an industry plant, she's a blatant example of power creep. The one thing that I really praised Genshin for over the years was the fact that they didn't.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I have a love and hate relationship for Mavuika. Cause, you know, first time she ran, I won my 50-50. Second time she ran, I lost my 50-50 on her weapon, unfortunately. And right as I was about to get another 75 pulls, I think I was 70 pulls in, and I kept on doing 1 pulls, like literally 1 to get to that 75. They were like, fuck you, let's give you some hard PD. Yeah. So it's a love and hate relationship, you know? It's bad. It's freaking bad.
Power creep their game compared to other gachas. Fontaine was a little bit of a slippery slope with Nuvalette and Farina.
Oh, Nufi. I don't have hate for Nufi, man.
But it wasn't as bad until we got to Mawika. This character literally shattered the damage ceiling of the game. And you might be saying, well, DG, it doesn't matter if she's the strongest character in the game. She's an Archon. Let me tell you why a character that does literal tiers worth of damage more than the second strongest character is a problem. Let's say Mawika does 2.5 million damage per rotation.
No, but then there's Skirk now. I don't have Skirk. Pure prime example of why I don't like this game anymore. But there is Skirk now, who you need Escoffier for, and you need Furina. You only need how many players can be on field again? 4 players, right? You need at least 4 premium, not just F2P, premium freaking Hydro and Cairo units, bro. Oh my god. Oh my. Who's in charge of this company, bro? Like, who? It can't be him. It can't be him. It's not him. Okay? It can't be him. He's a puppet,
The
bro.
enemies in the Spiral Abyss
Not him.
have to be adjusted to that damage per rotation accordingly. And then to finally create some variety, other characters have to be released.
Yeah,
at
that middle
echelon
character,
power
that middle
or
character
greater.
right there.
So even beside her
telling you, bro.
personality, she's super toxic for the game because eventually a character is going to have to break through her damage ceiling as well. And that character could be Skirk, but hopefully not. Right now, I think is the first time in Genshin history the top 10 characters are majority Natlin units. And with some of the latest abysses heavily favoring characters that have the Night Soul Blessing state that Natlin units
Man,
offer.
isn't that just sad, bro? And hold up, man, hold up. That's actually what? That's actually sad, bro. Cause if you genuinely think about it, it's really sad. When you get a character in Fontaine, you really think they will never get power crabs. You come to Nightland, every freaking part of every element has already gotten power crabs. It's sad, man. And I remember when a lot of players are like, oh no, Nuvi can never get power crabs. Bro, Genshin players actually, they protected Nufi like there's no tomorrow. They were like, bro, never, ever. It's not gonna happen. Muwalani came out, not even an Archon, not a regular freaking sailor or sheep. I really don't know her priority in the game. Literally, someone who's not well known in, I don't know, any aspect of Genshin Impact. You know what I'm saying? Power crept him. That's simple, bro. I have Moalani. You put Moalani, you put Xiangling, literally a free 4-star. You power crap Nufi. It's that simple. You have Nufi with everyone. You put Nufi, you put Shilonen, you put Reiner, you put Benny, you put everyone in Nufi's team. Instantly power crap by a surfer girl. It's tough, man. It's Jesus, man. That's a hard pill to swallow, you know? And I invested so much in Nufi, dude. Shit, that's
it feels
bad,
really
bro.
scummy from Hoyoverse.
It's bad.
And speaking of regional gimmicks, don't think that the next couple of regions won't have the exact same thing. Maybe not anything like Night Soul, but they'll definitely have a mechanic that forces you to pull for the new character in order to feel
Not
better
cry.
about clearing the
That's
abyss.
not
Or
cry in a
even worse,
nutshell.
a mechanic that makes it feel better to explore within that certain region, but not anywhere else on the map for some reason. If they want to make us feel bad for not wanting to
That's
pull
so
new
true,
characters
bruh.
or
That's
not
so true. The
balance the
bike,
game, they
it
could at
runs
least
out
give us
so
more
quick.
pulls per patch to compensate for them being incompetent. Don't even
Fact.
get me started.
Bro, now that I think about when was last time you ever hear Genshin Impact saying, "Hey, thank you for playing our game for this long." You know, or maybe, "Hey, we made a mistake on Mavuika's kit on release." You know what I'm saying? Let's compensate you with 10 free pulls. You know, let's compensate you with 10 free pulls that will not affect our revenue, that will not affect our relationship with other companies, that will not do anything. You know what I'm saying? Free 10 pulls to make you happy, to understand that you couldn't log into the game for 3 days straight. Here's a free 10 pull. No, I don't. When was last time? Dude, I never, ever. Now that I think about it, in my entire life of playing this game, it's never happened. It's never happened, bro. Like ever. What?
On how the events have been terrible for the 5.0 patches. Guys, just look at this.
It's fire, bro. What you talking about? This is fire. This is good content, bro. Come on, bro. Bro, you sleeping on this, bro. You sleeping on Genshin, bro.
All valid points.
I'm probably gonna over edit this, but this is not even funny. A live service game that makes billions of dollars making events like this is literally an insult to our time. When your content in the game
sad,
is you
bro.
have Mawika and you can
Is this
put
an
a
anime?
blindfold on and clear the abyss with your hands tied
What
behind
anime
your
is
back,
this?
or when you don't have her, the abyss feels awful to play. The story being an actual snooze fest and the side quest not even being voice acted. But don't worry, we're gonna get to the story later. And exploration in Natlan feeling awful if you don't pull for a Natlan unit. Your content patch to patch is just events. And in 2025,
Facts.
the game came out in
Facts, bro. I got meta units in the game. I got most meta units from Netland. I got most meta units from Fontaine. I got Nahida, who is like a meta unit from Sumeru. I got Raiden C1 R1, almost R2. Most meta units in Inazuma. All of these units can't do shit to the current Spiral Abyss, by the way. You need not cry units. You can't do anything. You literally can't do anything. I tried the first floor of the first chamber of floor 12. I could barely scrape a 1-star in it. Now, obviously, you could say skill issues, yada yada yada. But dude, do you really have to not have a skill issue to be able to complete a Spiral Abyss? You know, gaming is meant to be fun. It's not meant to be sweated on. I feel like, dude, when you get to the point whereby you really have to be like, oh, I have to pull every single character that releases just for me to be able to keep up with the game's content, is really sad. It's really sad, bro. It's terrible. Come to Wuthering Waves, bro. Just what are you doing? Just come to Wuthering Waves. You know, you can skip Galbrina. Go get Chisa, bro. Go get Chisa. You skip Galbrina. You don't have to. You don't have to pull for her. You don't have to pull for G1. You don't have to pull for any other units, and you'll still be able to complete endgame. And if you're not gonna complete endgame, you'd actually be more happy knowing that you pull for those units compared to any other units. Because the thing with Wuthering Waves is its endgames keep rotating. You know, right now it might be Fusion. Tomorrow it might be Glacial. The next day it might be Electro. With Genshin Impact, they keep rotating. Yeah, they keep rotating to the current element that's being tossed out inside the game. In Not Cry, Luna Bloom or Luna whatever, I don't know what it is, and Electro Recharged, and those things are being tossed out. And the only units capable of helping out in those situations are characters who use Luna Bloom, Luna characters. Other than that, if you don't have any Luna characters, you're kind of cooked, unless you're willing to spend some money, which is what they want you to do. So, Yeah, dude. I don't
In
know.
2020, by the way, we're still recycling events. At one point, I just stopped getting on to do events because they're that boring. I'm confused. Is there nobody creative in that dev studio? And if not,
I
I'm
told
right
you.
here. If
It's kids,
Hoyoverse is
bro.
watching this, you guys can hire
There's
me.
kids
I can
in that
fix your
dev.
game literally within 1 month. So about
I
the story
told
in
you, they
Genshin
should
Impact,
hire us, bro.
Fontaine was actually amazing and one of my favorite stories of all time in any medium. On the contrary, Natlan was worse than some children's books I've read. My friends had to force me
Ouch.
to watch the rest of the Natlan Archon quest after 5.2 because I literally stopped doing it in my actual.
Dude, the fact that people say Raiden fell, bro, what? You're crazy, dude. Raiden and Mavwika are two characters in that game that I would do anything for, bro. I'm telling you, if you are mature enough, you'd understand that these are the perfect characters in the game. Literally, the definition of perfect is those two characters. I don't know how to put it, bro. I don't. Sword out of the boober, bro. Come on, bro. Stop. You're sleeping, bro. You're sleeping. Someone's gonna be like, "Oh no, Chi-Chi, bro, go get."
Game because it was
Come
that
on, bro.
boring. And by the way, is Capitano just never gonna come out at this point? I had been waiting for Capitano's
He's
trademarking
unplayable, bro.
all throughout
He's
Natlan,
unplayable.
and it just never came out. So is he just dead at this point, or what's happening with him?
He's
I
dead.
remember the first time
gone.
doing the 5.1 Archon quest, I think, and Kanich just wasn't talking. At first, I thought it had to be a problem on my end because there's
your
no
end,
way
yeah,
a
yeah.
billion-dollar company would let something like this slip through the
But
cracks.
no, he had
for
no
their
voice
main
actor. That's
story
crazy,
quest.
right?
But lo and behold, then it was Kachina, then it was Shalonin, then it was somebody
Yep.
else, then it was somebody
Yep.
else, until
Cause
eventually
all the
half
voice
of the
actors, were striking. They did not fuck with the company. You know what I'm saying, bro? It's
goddamn
rough. Not even just that, even the live streams. I remember I used to watch the live streams as well for Natlan, and it would just be like, I think the workers, the so-called workers, you know, it would be like the devs. They would just be there speaking and talking about what's coming after, and I mean, obviously, I gotta give props to them because they definitely tried their absolute best. But it wouldn't be as hype as if the actual character that you're gonna be pulling for and playing is the one who's talking, the one who's actually advertising him or herself to the game. You know what I'm saying?
characters weren't talking. Actually, DG, it's because the English VAs were on strike. I don't care. If a company is making that much money,
True,
I want to
true.
hear my
that.
characters being voiced in my video game.
Facts,
that
bro,
right there
facts.
was one of the main things that for sure showed me that they don't care about this game. I'm okay if your
They
no-name
don't at
characters
all.
and side quests aren't voiced, but it is so immersion breaking to be in a main story quest and not hear one of the most important characters in the story not speaking and his mouth is moving.
True.
If you didn't
That
play
is
the
very
Natlan
true.
Archon quest and want it summed
I
up in
played
3
it. I
points,
finished it,
I'm going
bro.
to save you a lot
It's
of time.
rough.
The quote-unquote war was basically just a part.
Before he finishes it for us, I'ma just tell you the fight ended by the power of friendship. Okay, that's how they won the final fight. The war whereby Moalani was smiling the entire time. The power of friendship ended it. So yeah, they
most
won.
of the time. Mawika was glazed harder than LeBron James, and
Bro, okay, wait, bro, y'all are sleeping on Mawika, bro. Okay, maybe I feel like, hear me out. I feel like the reason I'm glazing Mawika is because of Augusta. I feel like if Augusta never released, I would not be this down bad for Mawika. But dude, come on, man. Mawika wasn't that bad, bro. Like, let's be real, man. The bike, man. The bike is something new, man. Like, I never hit million with my characters, so I'm happy I got Mawika, bro. And Hoyo hates Cap.
Hoyoverse
What's that?
hates
What's-
Capitano
oh,
and his fan
Capitano.
base.
Yeah. That's sad, man.
And regardless of what I've been saying in this
That's it.
video, you might have thought that I didn't pull Mawika. I actually did, but this game is so inconvenient to play and building characters feels so much like a chore that I just got
I
off
told
because I
you.
didn't feel like it.
I
The
told
day
you,
I
pulling
pulled
is
her,
fun,
her
but
talent
building,
domain wasn't
bro,
even
I'm
open.
telling you.
Now, before I say goodbye to Genshin Impact for good,
Joe,
I want to give you
bro
three
is
main
so
reasons
pissed.
why
What the heck?
Wuthering Waves is better. Number one, gameplay. The only thing Genshin Impact at this point has going for it is that their elemental system is better than Wuthering Waves. Besides that, Wuthering Waves has
That is true,
dodges,
that is true.
parries, intro skills, outro skills.
Yeah, man, like, Wuthering Waves, when are we ever getting elemental reactions, bro? Like, Come on, man. 3.0 needs to be something different, bro. I feel like elemental okay, but then if they put elemental reactions, then we're gonna get Genshin 2.0 for the freaking end games like Tower of Adversity and Wuthering Waves. I think, Jesus, man. I don't know. At this point, what do we even want, bro? What? Like, I just gotta ask. Do we even know what we want?
A lot more ways to
like, we gotta
interact
be
with their
honest
gameplay
sometime.
system rather than just mixing colors together. Number 2, quality of life. If you want to know why I said Genshin Impact feels inconvenient to play Wuthering Waves for 30 minutes and then try to log back on to Genshin Impact.
Facts,
Number 3,
bro.
devs
Facts.
listen.
That's true.
As much of a meme as this might seem, this is the most important thing for a live service gacha game to have. The launch for this game was pretty horrible. The voice actors sounded like they just showed up to work after a 3-day
that
bender.
was
the game was
Yin
constantly
Yang, if I
crashing,
remember.
and the actual story
Or
itself
Lang
was
Yang, or
horrendous.
Yang
But the
Yang.
devs immediately
Sorry, I
communicated
forgot
and
the
gave
okay
compensation for their mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes, but the difference between the Genshin devs and the WuWa devs is that Wuthering Waves developers take care of issues immediately.
They
If you
improved.
tell the Genshin devs that you have a problem,
Dude, I remember when Wuthering Waves started off, bro. Oh my god, there was so many issues. Okay, I was chill. I'm on PC. I was fine. But the mobile players, bro, and some PC players were complaining, you know. They were like, the game is unplayable and all that, dude. And I just log in and there's like 10, 20 pulls in my email. I'm just like, yeah, we are having issues. You know, I think I'm also having a bit of an issue with my PC now. I think we need 10 more pulls. So I'm not gonna lie, dude. The game really helped. If you weren't there at the start of the game, you wouldn't understand the amount of joy anyone had when they had to open that game, dude. There was so much, especially if there was an issue, you know, if there was a big problem with the game, it felt more of a relief and a happiness more than pain, bro.
with their story, they'll give you
It
a
felt
boring
nice,
event
bro.
with
Oh
none
my
of their
God.
major characters voice acted in English, and a chronicled
You
wish
can't
banner
tell me
with
a
higher
good
pity that runs once every 2 years with your favorite character on it. With the most
Yeah, the
recent
Chronicle wish
2.4
banner is
update in
kinda
Wuthering
shitty,
Waves,
I'm not
the
gonna
devs
lie.
aren't slowing down with this fire content anytime soon. So if you like
Tell me,
gacha
bro.
games, I can confidently recommend you Wuthering Waves because it is the
Wuthering
best
Waves,
gacha
any
game on the
day.
market right now. So farewell.
Thank you, brother.
Genshin Impact.
It's
I
so
love you
true.
all.
It's
You
so
look cute
true.
today. Peace.
I don't know. I don't want to spend too much time. My battery is dying. So I'm going to just be honest with you. Play whatever game you like. But don't say I didn't tell you when you come back to this channel 2 years from now and you realize that you wasted all of your money on a game that literally will never ever add a skip button or will ever listen to anything that you voice. Don't come back to this channel and say, you know what, bro, you were right. No. Keep that, bro. Keep that. It's all good. It's all good. I told you, you didn't listen to me. So it is what it is. But one thing I learned in life is it's better to stop something that you know is not right currently than to stop it in the future when you've overdone it or when it's too late to stop. Rather stop it now and be sad about what you did in the past than stop it in the future whereby you're just gonna regret that I should have stopped it earlier. That's just what I learned in life, bro. But yeah, do voice your opinions, you know? I know there's a lot of Genshin players who can't wait to freaking type 10 minutes dialogues, or not even dialogue, a monologue, dude. They're gonna be there like typing and saying, bro, Wuthering Waves is so shit, this and that. This video is irrelevant. Bro, just look at yourself. But yeah, it is what it is. Play whatever game that you like, and I guess I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.